Welcome to Business Recharged Podcast with your host, the Queen of Content and CEO of the Mac Institute, Dr. Felicia Mack.
Welcome back to Business Recharged Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Felicia, and today we are talking about how to recharge your email list. So if you have been following me for a while, you would know that I geek out over email lists, right? Like all things emails, of course, all things content. But today I thought I would bring to you a very special episode where I not only share with you how to recharge your email list, but I share with you some of the pitfalls personally that I've made, that many of my clients have made. And that way you will be able to avoid those, right? So first of all, let me just kind of set the expectation for this episode and for what we're going to be talking about today. This is definitely an episode, guys, that you're going to want to grab your notebook, grab a refreshing beverage, and you're going to want to kind of dive in a little bit. So when we are talking about your email list, the first thing that individuals either say to me is, hey, coach, I have an email list. I'm growing my email list, but I may be a little bit stuck in doing so. And then on the flip side of that, we have maybe individuals that may just be starting out that don't have an email list. As a matter of fact, they may not even know why it's important or how it all works in this coaching and kind of online entrepreneurial space. Regardless of where you are, which end of the spectrum you're at, or maybe you're just trying to scale your email list. But regardless of that, today, the tips that I'm going to be sharing with you will definitely assist you. So let's just talk about overall kind of a 100 feet view of what an email list is and why that's important. So your email list, honestly, guys, is the heart and kind of the heartbeat of your business. Here is why. It's great if you go, if you're TikTok famous, right? Or you're Insta famous, like that's great. But what happens if those platforms were to end tomorrow, right? Like we don't own that landscape. So we're kind of on borrowed landscape, if you will, borrowed land, and we can be evicted. And let me tell you, being evicted is never fun. So what we want to do is make sure that we are owning our clients and able to really take them through a specific client journey that is very difficult to do just on social media alone. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'm saying it's very difficult to do and to sustain moving forward for the next 10 or 15 years. Now, it's interesting because there's so many different changes that's happening, just like with Instagram, with, TikTok, with Facebook, going live and, with the reels and the stories and just the carousels, like everything going on, right? And you often may feel as if you have to be at all of these places at once. But the bottom line is the $1 million question that you want to ask yourself so that you are able to recharge your email list is you want to know, what is the ultimate goal that I'm driving my clients towards, right? So for example, if you are a life coach and your goal is to get individuals on the phone with you, to book calls with you so that you can sell them into a one-on-one program or a group coaching program, etc. Or maybe you are a coach and you're looking to really focus on your lead magnet and to really maximize that, right? To get individuals on your list. Whatever strategy that you're using and whatever that goal is, you want to keep that at the forefront of your mind. Here is the thing, guys, right? If I'm being totally honest and totally transparent, I coach my clients all the time to understand that you have to give great value initially before you even think to ask for someone's email. So some of us, we're missing the ball, not because we don't even have an email system or not because we don't know what we're doing, but we're just holding back, right? Like we're not adding that real top tier value ahead of what it is that we're doing. And so individuals are not opting in or signing up for our email list. Now, there's a lot of different emails out there, right? Like you can utilize ConvertKit, you can utilize Keep, which is formerly known as Infusionsoft. You can utilize MailChimp, right? There's just so many different ones out there. Different price points, different capabilities. And I won't get into all of that today. But my point is that you're going to need one of them, right? And so which do you need? Which do you start with, right? That's based upon ultimately what it is that you want to do, how you want to use it, and then the size of your email list as well, right? Because if I'm talking to someone that's just getting started, but may have an email list that they're trying to, grow, and have different lists and do some different things, I would suggest a very different platform for them versus someone that is just sending a monthly newsletter, right? So I always tell my clients, though, make sure as you're doing this that you are not just focused on where you are now, but that your email list can grow with you. Here is why. Imagine having 100 people on your email list and you're emailing them, you're doing great, you're building your list, you're engaged, individuals are responding back to your emails like it's all good, right? And then 2 months later, you end up with a 5,000 email list or more. And you're like, oh man, I really need more capability. I want to do some advanced marketing. I want to do some advanced skills. Well, you're probably going to have to move to a different email provider, upgrade your current one. And not only is there a steep learning curve that often comes along with that, but it really is about you having to manage and upload all of that information. So what I would recommend is that if you know ultimately what your goal is and you can afford it, go ahead, even if it's a lower version like tier, go ahead and sign up for that email platform that you are going to more than likely stay with. This is going to save you time. It's also going to save you money. It's going to save you a lot of headache from switching from one platform to another at a later time. So how to recharge your email list. The first thing that you want to do is you want to ask yourself, what is it that what is my ultimate goal that I'm utilizing my email list for? Right? Write that down. What is the ultimate goal that I'm utilizing my email list for? Now, an example of this could be to continue to get leads. Another example would be to continue to engage with your audience, and be able to send them one-off, offers as well. But you want to have that at the forefront. There's no way that you can do anything in general, really, if you don't understand why you're doing it. So what is the purpose behind your email list? How are you using it in the grand scheme of your business? Like, what does that look like? Right? That's the first thing. The second thing is you need to have some type of upfront offer to get individuals on your email list. It could be a mini course. It could be an ebook. It could be a checklist, right? It could be whatever it is that you want. But what we call that in the content world is a lead magnet, right? So you want to have a lead magnet that is high value. I talked about this in the initial part of the show today. High value, high quality, that is going to deliver the results that you are stating that it's going to deliver. Once you have that, you need to have some type of page somewhere on a website, one that you create inside of a system that you can utilize. But you need to have somewhere that your page, your opt-in page, or a page where people can go and sign up, where they are able to go and actually sign up for your emails, right? That's the second thing you need to have. The third thing you need to do to recharge your email list is you need to make sure that once you have those two things I just stated, that you have some emails that's auto-scheduled. I recommend 8 to 10 emails, right? And I have a full course inside of my Content for Bosses, my Business Recharge University, where it takes you through like how to create an email sequence, right? But for the purpose of this podcast, just know that you have to have some type of emails that's automated to your list. Here is why this is important. I've talked to so many people on so many different occasions where they have all the best intention to ensure that they're emailing their lists on a regular basis. But at the very end of the day, guys, life shows up. And we all know that she will show up. right? So life shows up and then you're like, oh crap, I didn't get my email out this week. Oh crap, like I'm 2 weeks behind. I haven't sent an email in a month, right? So you don't want to do that. To avoid that, go ahead, take one afternoon or a week, map out your emails and send them out to your audience. I cannot tell you how important this is and how much headache it will save you down the road. Do yourself a favor and do not skip that step. All right. So now you understand why you have your email list, the ultimate goal that you have it on. You understand what your lead magnet, that high value grab that your audience will be able to take advantage of. You have a place that that's going to live, so you can send individuals to that website, that link, etc., so that they will be able to go in and sign up. Then you have at least 8 to 10 emails that is automated that you will be able to take them through. Now, here is the $1,000,000 thing that people skip. They don't do it. They don't like to do it. And so they don't recharge their email. You have to really hear what I'm about to tell you guys, right? If you don't hear anything else from this podcast today, please hear this. After you have that email sequence, you have got to have some type of offer or sale that you're leading your list to. I cannot tell you how many of my clients would come to me like, hey, I need help with my email marketing, etc., and they don't have an offer. Your offer should be connected to your lead magnet so it all flows and makes sense, because the ultimate goal of your email sequence is that you're leading individuals down a path that ultimately you can sell or present an offer of some sort. Now, your offer doesn't have to be $100,000, especially if you're doing an initial offer. Your offer could be for a $20 course, right? Your offer could be for a call with you. Your offer could be to a live or pre-recorded webinar. Whatever that looks like for you, you have to make sure that you're putting that out there and that you truly understand what that looks like. Without having an offer, you will not have a sale. Write that down. If I don't have an offer, I will not have a sale. Okay. That is absolutely the critical portion that I want you to catch from this, right? So if you follow these tips, you are definitely going to be on your way to recharging your email list, creating more sales, owning your emails versus renting on social media land. And you're going to be able to position yourself as the amazing expert that you are to your audience. If you need additional tips, if you need additional assistance surrounding setting up that email list, maybe perhaps you like, I don't have time to even create the content for my emails. I need help with that. Make sure that you visit contentforbosses.com, where I have a lot of free and a lot of workshops that you will be able to take advantage of to learn just that. You can also hire my team to do it for you, whatever works. But before you leave today's episode, please make sure that you subscribe. We do have a paid subscription as well that you can take advantage of, where I give you even more tips on recharging all things business, life, and health and wellness. So if that sounds like something that is interesting to you, check that out. Make sure that you leave us a review. That definitely helps us. Tell a friend about our Business Recharge podcast. And I will talk to you guys same time, same place next Thursday. All right. Listen, stay recharged and have a fantastic week.